Hi, my name's Tim Johnson. You've realised that you want to change, your life. But most importantly, deep down in your gut and your heart, as I always say, they're the places that you need to search for answers, not up there in your brain, your thinking brain. You've realised that those messages from your gut and your heart are telling you that you have to change, because if you don't, the alternatives are unthinkable. It was the Stoics that said you shouldn't be afraid of death. The fear lies in never having lived. And that's so true. And it was me 3.5 years ago, sitting waiting to die, in addiction to opioids and alcohol that was killing me slowly and painfully. But this video can apply not just to those of you who are in addiction and know you need to change, and most importantly want to change. It can apply to anyone who wants to change their life for the better, who is stuck, not living, and afraid and fear holding them back. For me, it was this massive wall in front of me, and it is there for all of us. And I knew that I had to climb it and get over this wall, which to a lot of people dependent on a substance, that wall is withdrawal. And also that wall can be living without a substance that has masked all your emotions and fears, and you've been hiding behind perhaps for many, many years, and that you're scared and afraid to be without that substance or whatever that thing is that's propping you up, that helps you get through or in your mind helps you get through the day, but which is in fact taking everything from you slowly but surely. And this wall that sits in front of you can be that fear of losing that thing that you believe is wrapping you up in a cloak of cotton wool and protecting you from feeling and from pain in most cases. But also withdrawal from that substance, particularly if you've been there before and you know that obviously it's going to be painful and uncomfortable, and no one wants to inflict that on themselves when they can avoid it by continuing doing what they're doing. But on the other side of that wall lies change, but most importantly lies freedom. Freedom of choice. Freedom that you can wake up in the morning not rattling for that drug or that alcohol, not hiding behind it, seizing and facing the day on your own terms, and growing and changing for the better, and finding a peace and inner happiness that you'll never find on the side of the wall you're at the moment. Impossible. Because if you stay on the side of the wall you're at the moment, slowly but surely, particularly those of you who are in addiction, slowly but surely you'll start to lose everything that's dear to you. Everything. And most importantly, you'll lose your health and eventually die a very slow and painful death if you continue, because it will only ever escalate. It can't go any other way. That's the way of drugs and alcohol. And you will lose also your family, the things that are most dear to you, your loved ones, because eventually they'll only be able, for their own sanity, to give you so many chances, and enough's enough. And eventually, for their sake and your sake, they may have to turn their backs on you. So you'll lose those people in your life that are most dear to you, that you love most. You'll lose your dignity, you'll lose your self-respect, your self-worth. All these things, if you stay on the side of that wall that you're on at the moment, will be chipped and slowly eroded away from you. And eventually it'll come, those substances will come for your health, and you will die. And that is all of that is inevitable, because it was the way I was heading. So you have to prepare and face the climb of that wall. You have to get over that wall, almost a rite of passage, to find that freedom and that change and that peace on the other side. Now, climbing that wall is going to be bloody uncomfortable, and sometimes you're going to fall down when you think you're making progress, and you're going to have to start climbing again. You know, and it's a lot of it is about gritting your teeth, and for me, you know, going through that, it was about that old Winston Churchill saying, which is, if you're going through hell, keep going. And it was a case of just holding on, and sometimes it was about holding on by the fingertips. Because when you're climbing that wall and you're in pain and you are desperate for relief of that pain, and you know that you can, by taking a substance or drinking a drink, that pain will be relieved, then that internal battle is probably the most difficult one you're going to be facing. But you have to cling on and hold on, and each moment gets slightly better, and you get nearer the top of that wall. Through that pain comes strength and growth. But it's inevitable that you have to face it for any change, because change is uncomfortable for any of us, whatever that change may be. And as you reach the top of that wall, gritting your teeth and holding on for dear life sometimes, and you see what's on the other side of it, that's all the motivation you need. Trust me. It's worth every ounce of pain. Now, you can put off climbing this wall as much as you like. You can make every excuse in the world, and I did for many, many years, and I fell off the wall hundreds of times probably, you know, and a lot of those excuses I made to myself were around my job, my family. You know, I can't go through this, you know, while I'm working. I can't go through this because my people will notice, and worrying about what other people think, and for years and years putting it off. And also the fear of all that, but also the fear of going through the withdrawal, the fear of that pain, the fear of the pain of change held me back for so many years. And God, I wish it hadn't have done, because I could have found what I have now so much earlier. And 3 years on, having climbed that wall and stopped making excuses to myself and just gone for it and faced the pain, I've found change, but most importantly, I've found freedom and inner happiness and peace, and the respect and love of my loved ones back, and my own self-respect and dignity back. And I'm growing and changing and learning as a person, as a human being, every single day. I've found love and kindness again. I've found giving again, and sharing and gratitude and service, and all the things that are truly important in life. And nothing else means anything apart from happiness, health and strength and family. They're the only things that really mean anything in life. And giving and caring for others and love and kindness. And I found all that in the 2.5, nearly 3 years now since I got over the top of that wall. So please, please don't make excuses to yourself. Face the fear. It is frightening and it is hard, and you are going to hurt as you're going over it. But on the other side of it, you know, you'll find that freedom and change and happiness that you've always dreamt of. So go for it today. Carpe Diem, the motto of this channel. Please subscribe, please like, please share the videos. There's loads of videos on here about withdrawal, which will give you all the advice that you need to get through it safely and in the most comfortable way that you can, and also about early recovery, which is also hard. That's another subject, but so worth it. But again, this video applies to anyone who wants change in their life. climb that wall. Staying on the side of the wall you're on at the moment is unthinkable, because without change there's no growth. Can't grow as a human being. Much love to you all. Thank you for listening. Bye bye.